If you are wondering how to crack AZ 900 exam or AZ 204 or AZ 400 or any associate level or expert level or any sort of Azure exam, what are the good preparation material? My friend is suggesting this thing and one of the forum is suggesting this thing. Which one to study? What are the preparation tests? Where I can do labs? Is lab available for this exam? How to crack any Azure exam? So if you are having this question and if you are wondering a solution, well, you are in the right place. So today we are going to see about that. So let's get started. What we will see today. So we'll be seeing the exam part. So here I will Microsoft has categorized the exam into three types. So we'll be seeing what are the three types. I'm just going to give an example and I'm going to explain all the things in detail. Followed by that, we are going to see the preparation materials review and hands-on. What are if we need to do answer for any particular exam? If yes, what are the best materials available? Whether it's paid or not paid. I'm a student, so I can able to use some student discount or like those things, or like I'm a profession. I'm looking for my company is providing certain solution. Whether it's good for me, everything we are going to discuss here. Followed by the test preparation, and before going to exam, what you need to do. So let's get started. So first of all, exam part. So we have categorized the exam into three categories: fundamental level, associate, expert level. So I'm not going to read everything in detail. Fundamentals are like a one-star exam where it will be like more of the fundamental concept. It will be very much helpful for a business owner or like any person who wants to get the fundamental knowledge on any of the services or products in Azure. They can go try a fundamental exam. So for that, I can give AZ 900 as an example. Followed by that, we have lots of exams like DP 900, SE 900, AI 900, like there are lots of exams are available. Associate, it's like more of a role-based exam. Role-based in the sense if you are an administrator looking for a particular solution to help the administrative need, if you are a developer looking to enhance your developing skill with Azure services and products, well, there are exams for those things as well. AZ 204 is for developers. And if you are a DevOps engineer and you are wondering which Azure solution are there any products available to enhance the business and to incorporate the DevOps concept where we have AC400. So these are the categories available and you can see exam timing. So every 20 minutes, like for fundamentals 80 minutes and it's get 40 minutes gets added to associate and 20 minutes. So this is how the timing will be. So you'll be joining 30 minutes earlier and you won't be consuming this much time for fundamental. Usually an average individual will be taking around 50 to 60 minutes, max 65 minutes like that, and they will be getting 5 minutes extra. So when we sums up, this 80 minutes is enough for any sort of fundamental exam. Associate, it's bit tricky. So when it comes to my at the last minute, I try to complete that exam, and the review part is really crazy. So don't worry, I will explain everything in detail. And 400 also same. So it will be like neck to neck. So the time consumption and everything will be same. So we can't blame more. Passing score. So 70% is required to crack any sort of exam. Labs. Like I said, fundamentals. Marketing wants to know what are the Azure services available. Why they don't want to do labs. So there is no labs for any fundamental sorts of exam. Associate level, certain exam there are labs are there. In this case, AC 204, 104, these things labs are available. And AC 400, AC 305, which is for architect, those are expert level labs are there. If you're lucky enough, you won't be getting labs and it mostly of questions. Else, you have to enjoy the lab part during your examination. So that's it. And these are the costs. So if you are a student, I'm not sure whether your college can avail this charge for you. If you are a professional, check with your company. Most of the company, especially at a particular month, they will provide some discounts or like they will able to give you free certification. So you need to do the process. So check with your company. And let's move on to the next slide. Preparation materials and review. You don't need to bother about free paid these things. So I'm going to explain each and everything in detail. Here I have tried to cover only 6 things. If you feel like did I missed anything, well, comment below. And if you feel like why this thing is needed, again comment above. Other members will be like commenting for the reason and maybe like it will be a solution for you. So without wasting time, let's switch to the browser. There we go. So here you can see I just took AS900 exam. I hope you have scheduled your exam. If not, I will tell you again. To schedule your exam, you just need to scroll a little bit down. Whether you want to take your exam in your PC, especially your personal laptop, those things, you will be going with this one. In your home itself, you can take your exam. It will be taking to a page where you need to provide your personal details and you need to submit those things. Else, if you want to go with the center, you can able to avail in center. So these are like cost, how much cost for each and every country. By default, it's showing for US. So this is the exam part. So you will be scheduling here. So this is an overview of what the exam and when exam got updated. In this case, for AZ 900, it got updated on May 5, 2022. So these are the information. So you'll be wondering what to study. If you scroll a little bit down, you can see what are the things that needed for you to crack that exam. Let me click this. So it will just open a PDF. Here they will be telling you in detail about like what you need to know. Like these are the concepts you should know for cracking the exam. You may be wondering what is 25 to 30%. That is the weightage. So you might be getting 25 to 30% of questions in these topics. So that's how they mention. So you can consider this as a learning part. These are the modules and these are the topics available. You can see right for this learning part 30% you will be getting 25 to 30. So same way for everything. So it remains like this. So if you scroll down, it will be telling you like what got difference, like from previous year to this year, what we changed. So those information will be available. It might be useful for you as well, knowing this information. So let me go back. You can read it for each and every exam in detail. I'm not going to take much time. So now you are wondering where I can go able to do. Do I need to Google search it and everything? Not required. Just scroll down. A free solution that is available both for student and profession that Microsoft provides. This is reliable because they are only providing these documents and they will keep on updating it. So you can rely on this. So these are the learning parts. So for AZ 900 to crack this AZ 900 exam, you need to master this much learning parts. It's coming around like some 8 or 7 like that, and inside the learning parts you can see what level it is. So you before prior to that you will be knowing what you are going to learn and what sort of level, what are the things available. I'm clicking one. Here you can see a video thing, like they will be explaining the content in video. Just for time being I will play and I will
Hi,
go
I'm
back.
Christina Warren, Senior Cloud
So you
Advocate,
can hear
and that
right.
means that I spend my days explaining cloud computing to people like you. And I'd like to welcome you to Azure
So they will be
Fundamentals Learning
explaining
Path.
the things
Now,
in the
within this
video,
learning path,
and these
you'll
are
get to
the modules
understand some of the
available.
core
You
cloud
can check
computing
each and everything
concepts
after
and
some
what some of
time.
the advantages of cloud
So
computing
this
are,
learning, we are
and
in
you'll
this
also be
learning part, and
introduced
you
to the
can
cloud
see right
service
other
model.
learning parts
Now,
are there.
this learning path will
These are the
also
modules.
introduce you to
So for
Microsoft's
each module, how
cloud
much
computing
time
offering,
it will
which
take,
is
and how many
Microsoft
units.
Azure.
Unit in the
And
sense,
it'll help you
what are the
understand
contents
how it
available. If
works,
you
what it
scroll
does,
down, you
and
can
more
see these are the
importantly,
things
you'll
available.
get a
You
chance to
can
be
click this
hands on with
directly or
Microsoft
go and
Azure.
click start. There we go. You just need to start learning. If you are interested in reading these content, well, this is really suitable. Here they are explaining what their learning things are like, what are the learning outcomes, those things they are explaining, and here comes the concept part.
What is cloud computing?
So they are
Just like when
explaining
you
about
shop
the
for your own
concept.
computer.
So you can check these videos. These are really useful videos, and pictures demonstration, everything will be nice. I'm just clicking continue and I'm just planning to show you. So you will be learning these things like that, and there will be like cool case studies. So you can see these case studies. They will be giving a case study, and this case study will try to follow apply for all the modules in that learning part. So that will be there. Here you can able to check your knowledge. So this for this answer is false. I'm just trying to give you true. If you click check answer, it will tell you why this answer is correct, why this answer is wrong. So if you click continue, if there will be an option like unlock, and you can see your experience get increased. So this is the docs part. So I hope this is a free again from Microsoft. They will keep on updating the stuff and they will be asking you a feedback for these things. So you can enjoy reading these materials, and it will be really quick. I know some members for fundamental they just took 2 days one day for learning this much content, clearing doubts like that, and the second day they took an exam and they cracked it. Very few members. They are little bit prior experience as well. So if you are new, maybe like feel free to take time. Now you may be wondering, hey, so this material looks cool, but I am more of a video person, not going to read some materials, and I need to clear my doubts then and there. I need some instructor, and they need to clear my doubts. They will be explaining the concept. I will be asking question. They need to clear doubts. Is there anything for students and professionals? Yeah, it's there. So if you just click this here for AC 900, it's showing like for 2 days. There are like things are there. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to open in a new tab to show you in detail. So one day training is there. So the location is going to be virtual and the cost it's showing in this much cost, right? 600 USD. Did you notice like this exam it's cost around 99 or 90 USD, but for this one day you need to spend 600 USD. You feel really costly, right? If you still want, you can go with that. Again, this is from Microsoft certified professions. They will be taking the session. So if you really want to rely on the Microsoft products for learning from the Microsoft professions, you want to learn, you can go for it. Else, there are other methods which I'm going to discuss for the students. When it comes to professionals, you don't need to worry if your company made use of Microsoft ESI agreement, then you can are able to avail these things in free. Wondering what I mean, right? So let me show you that one as well. Here you can see this, right? So this is ESI site. Don't worry about the links. I will provide every links in the description. And again, if you are a person who wants to see books or like materials, I will be providing my website link also, so you can able to see all my content in a text format. If it's not updated, don't worry, it will get updated. So anyway, talks apart. So here you can see that all the exam related things are there. If you click practice test, they will provide a practice test. So in this case, this is once you check with your organization whether they have this agreement with Microsoft. Else, I'm not sure what I'm going to say. So you need to pay for that amount and you need to go for the training. Else, you need to check other materials I'm going to share with you. So this is another interesting content. So these are like virtual days. So these are like short trainings. You can see like max to max 3 to 4 hours, 5 hours trainings on certain topics. So let me search with AZ. You can able to search here as well, but I'm just want to okay. AZ 400 is not available. Strange. Okay, there we go. It's not AZ 400. Why not AZ 900? There, AZ 900 is there. So you need to register for this class on this particular date and this date will change, right? So now I'm recording it on 15th of June, so it's showing me this date. So 204 is not there. So yeah, for certain things you can find these things available. So these are like short 10 to 2 hours training like that. If you are like prior to exam you want to see some cramps and you have the CSI agreement, well, go for this. Else you are just now started preparing. If you are in that stage, I will recommend you to go with delivered courses. One thing about the delivered courses is if here you can see join waitlist, right? So they will be looking for some members and they will be adding the members. So once you register, try to attend it. Else they will not allow you for the upcoming sessions. So either try to attend it. If you can't able to attend, cancel it. But don't be like idle. So if you can't attend, just cancel it. So these are the sessions available. Again, I'm not going to use Control F and filter out. I'm going to use this filter and I'm going to say I'm looking for developer and DevOps sort of things. Just for this example, we have fundamental skills as well. Here you can see, right? AZ 400 is there, so that's nice. Usually I will be seeing everything in a join waitlist, and I won't be getting it right before. Now I can see some sessions available to register. You can see like 9 to 5. This is like 1 day session coming around like 8 to 9 days. You can able to change the time zone as well from here. You can able to change according to your time zone and you can see whether the session is available at those times. So in your organization, you can able to do those things if they have the ESI agreement. And exam preparation. This filter will be applied everywhere. If you want, you can just clear the filter. Let's the filter be like this. So I can able to explain you. Okay, here you can see, right? On this particular date, from this much time, there is an exam preparation is there. So you can click practice test to do a practical test, which I'll be explaining more in detail. Register for the session by clicking prerequisites. You know what will be there. You can attend this exam prep session before or after taking the exam. So they are saying like even before you can go for it, but I recommend taking it after. If you are like want to know everything in 3 hours in beginning itself, then go for that approach. So it's just like high level overview, something like that. So these things will be like detailed overview. So that's why it's coming around like 8 or 9 hour session. So that's for the ESI. If you're lucky enough, you will be availing those things. So now moving on. If you are saying like, hey, I'm a student, mostly I won't be having ESI agreement. Is there anything I can able to use? Or like I'm ready to pay certain amount, not this much amount, I'm ready to pay certain amount and I need like certain more features. In that case, one of my favorite site is this one, Pluralsight. Links will be provided. So here if I search for, let me go with AC204 because that's my favorite exam and I find it really hard to crack it rather than AC400. There we go. So this is a learning path again, up to my Microsoft Docs, ESI, instructor learning. These are from Microsoft. These are always up to date, and you can rely completely on it. You can blindly learn that. If needed, you will be learning additional things, and you can go for exam. These things you need to make sure whether it applies with the current time. So, for example, if you scroll down. Okay, yeah, this is a learning part. So for each and every area, I need to go and see. So in this learning part, they will you can able to find this much courses available, and you can go with this video course. If you, I recommend you to go with Sandbox. But prior to that, let me show you this thing. Let me just randomly go to this video. I know this is an old video, but it's really useful video. Where is the timing of the last update there? It should be, yeah. See, this exam last updated on June 1, 2021. But if you look into 204 exam, where is he? Okay, I just opened 204 here. June 1, see, April 19, they updated it. And to check what they are updated, you are going to see here. So make sure to check this, and if you find like those materials like in this recording, they are covering the materials that are out to date or like they missed to cover certain things, then you can avoid those recordings. So the Pluralsight will update the content, like the Pluralsight authors, this author will be updating the content. Else, you need to like check with the site and you need to go for it. Since if you are a student, I recommend you to go with this subscription. I know it's a bit costly, but is they change anything yearly? Okay, let's check with yearly. They are like monthly and yearly subscription. They keep on updating this site. Number of subscription I'm just making as 1 to 2. Sandbox. Where is he? Oh, this is strange. Okay, let me just switch from 2 to 10. In this case, they will show the Sandbox. They keep updating this stuff. So yesterday when I made a recording, the things are really clear and I can able to show you. But now they keep on updating the site, but the contents, it's really a question mark. Sometimes they will update. So again, I think you can you need to contact them. So they changed the policy. Before it was a tick here, but you need to contact them like that they were saying. So a little bit additional charge, I believe. So go with a professional, it will be coming around like $48.25 per month, like that it was there. Again, yesterday the pricing was listed. Today I can't able to see the pricing, but it provides the Sandbox version, lab version, and a real-time version. Seems like they took those things off from the list, so I can able to show you. Anyway, without wasting your time, this is really a useful material. If you interested to pay for 1 month those things, you can go with it. If you still feel like, hey, I really interested in this material, is there anything free in this? like they are saying 14 days trial. I need to use you need to use credit card. Is there anything like I can avoid using credit card and I can avail this resources? Yes. So Microsoft provided one more interesting thing. Uh, it is this one, Visual Studio Dev Essential. This is a pack where your students or even IT professionals, anyone can avail it. It will be available for 1 month. Certain solutions will be available for 1 month. Here they will be giving you certain softwares for free, certain services for free. Here your Pluralsight will be available for 1 month free. One limited contents, but you will be having those Microsoft related contents will be there. So you can use it prior to the exam and get benefited by it. I will provide you the link in the description. You just need to click join or access and you need to follow the application procedure. It's going to be very simple, so I'm not going to make a video on that. And that's for the plural side. So now you may be wondering, only these much materials available? Is there anything more? There are lots of materials again, but these are really essential materials. And two more essential materials are there. I already showed in the video. If else you need to go back and you need to check it. Else just comment below whether we will see whether your guess is correct or not. Anyways, those two are nothing but YouTube and Udemy. Where is YouTube? So like in YouTube there are lots of content providers were there. So again, make sure it's up to date. You need to check with the docs that skill, and you need to check what other topics they are covering is up to date. That's going to be free. And when it comes to YouTube, my favorite authors link will be available in the description, so you can check them out. Same for Udemy. Udemy is paid, but sometimes certain courses will available free. So if you get chance, go and check it out in Udemy. And again, authors, the authors, you need to check the content from the docs. And again, for these authors I will provide the links in the description. My favorite is like Scott, um, and Scott person from YouTube. I will be again saying Scott and John Savlin. So those members were there, so you can check it out. And lots of members were there. I will provide all the link in description. So all are like provide lot good content. So anyway, let me summarize this the slide. So docs, it's completely free for everyone. Instructor-led, it is question mark. It's not. It's a paid. If you're a student, if you are ready to pay this much dollar, go for it. But I won't recommend this one. You can able to you go with other Pluralsight YouTube. The contents are really good there, but you need to cross verify it. So that's the suggestion I will be giving for students. If you're ready to pay that much amount, go for it. No issues. For profession, again, if you're ready to pay, go for it. Else, check with your company whether you have access to your company have access to ESI and you can able to get benefit from it. Pluralsight for both professions and the student. 1 month free is there. You need to use Dev Essential. The link will be given below. You can quickly check it out. After that, it will be paid. You need to use credit card, something to avail even more free with your another account, something like that. So this will be applicable for both students and profession. YouTube, again, really lots of valuable contents will be there. It's free, but you need to check because Azure keep on updating their site, and the exam also they will keep on update. So Udemy, again, it's just a free stuff paid. So that's the only difference, but remaining things update the same for YouTube and Udemy. So now I provided a high level preparation materials for you, so you can able to prepare for any Azure exams from these things. These are highly recommended one. Other materials are there, again comment below, so I will be knowing, and if needed I will be making another video with this material mentioning your name. So let's go on to hands-on. You may be wondering what's hands-on. So these labs we are not going to learn theory and we are not going to do a MCQ test. That's what we are going to do. But in real life we need to do some practical things, right? So those things we need a lab. So when it comes to fundamental, mostly lab is not required because you will be providing fundamental knowledge. If you're a developer and if you don't have a hands-on knowledge, it will be really a question mark, right? So same thing. So for labs, if you are associate level or expert level exam you are taking, you need to go with do labs prior to taking the exam. Whether you are like good in theoretical part, labs is really needed. Though you are not getting labs in your exam, also labs part will give you a more confidence and you can able to think a lot relating to your lab experiences, real world experiences. So labs, we have like this much labs. I'm going to go each and everything in detail. So let me just go with Sandbox, Microsoft Sandbox. Microsoft Sandbox. There we go. Now I'm just taking AC 204 an example. Let me go for this one. Yeah, I haven't I didn't do docs for here, so that's why it's showing incomplete like this. Certain things it's showing completed, certain I haven't completed yet. So that's the thing. So if you see here, this is a 39 minutes video. Here you can see labs, right? I'm going to click it. So it's asking me to activate Sandbox. While doing your exercise itself for associate level or expert level, it will be asking you to, it will provide the labs to perform only these operations. So I need to click activate Sandbox. So it will take some time to activate. What it will be doing is type based on these things, it will try to create a resource. It will provide roles access. You can see right, it's assigning a required role for this thing operation to perform. It will create a relevant resource. Here if you see, it's making use of bash. If you're really new, no issues, and if you're not taking this exam, no issues. The highlight is like you need to perform this operation in your labs. You just need to click copy here. It will get copied and you can paste in the content, so it will be available like that. You can see right, actually yesterday I made a video but I didn't release it, so that's the reason it's showing us two. So for one day you will be getting 10 instant, and each instant is coming around 4 hours. So and it will be available next day. So if I go with portal.azure.com, so you it's loading from my end, so that's why it's taking a little bit time. Yeah, this is my active subscription. I already used free subscription, which I'll be explaining in detail. I'm just switching directories. Where are you, Mr. Sandbox? Ah, there he is. Is it changed to Sandbox, or you are still? Why it didn't switch? Switch. Okay, it takes some time to make changes in your active website. I'm using the same website. I'm not sure why it's not changing. Anyway, I'm not going to do the diagnostics right now. Maybe like after some time, I'll be showing you. So with this, you are going to get the portal website, and there you are going to perform all the operation. So if you are wondering like, okay, this is a limited thing. I want to do certain things that are not to a limit. I'm ready to pay some amount for what you use. So that's where pay as you go comes to picture. So prior to pay as you go, you will be like getting a free account for 1 month. So it's Azure free account. You can search in your favorite engine. They see they are more than Azure. These websites are popping first. Interesting. You can see right, so they are giving popular services, 12 services, I mean 12 months they are giving popular services free, and 40 plus services will be available for your lifetime, and they will be giving you with 200 USD, so for 30 days. If it gets expired, or like if you cross 30 days, you can't able to make use of it. So within 30 days, make great use of it. Here they are saying what are the services available for 12 months. So those things they are saying. So you'll be starting with a free account. You need a credit card to activate this account. And once the 1 month is done, you will be going with pay as you go, where for whatever resource you are using, you'll be paying for that amount or for the usage. So that's the pay as you go. If you are a student, and if you have a student EDU account, then you have a great option where you don't need to provide credit card. You will be having an account, but here the credit is little bit less. Where is the credit? Yeah, $100, right? It will be starting with $100, and you will be getting some free services. Before it was before it was like 150 or $200. They reduced it, I believe. So they are saying these things will be available. So with this, you can make great use of student account without your credit card. So you can able to work on it. So that's this part, student account. So apart from these things, if you are like a person, hey, I really like this micro sandbox stuff. It's just same thing that is available for other websites also. So I can able to perform it. So yeah, in Pluralsight also, like I showed right here. Here you can see an option called Sandbox Labs. Now they have made changes in their website. So that's why it's not showing as tick, but for this subscription it should be ticked, and you can able to use Sandbox there. So it's really useful. It's also a powerful sandbox. Again, it will also do the same thing as of Microsoft Sandbox does, but the instruction and UI instructions and the way they provide the content, it's really great when compared to Microsoft Sandbox exercises. Microsoft Sandbox is like easy to moderate, but these things will be interesting, little bit moderate and challenging. So you really like this Sandbox part. So we have this sandbox followed by that. Uh, I'm not sure with the sandbox part, but still Whiz Lab for AZ. Again, I'm going for. Let's just try different. Let's go for AZ 400. Not. Yeah. Show me the AZ 400. There you go. Here you can see, right, they are providing practice tests. Hands-on is going to be free, but you need to pay 1998. Instead of going with ESI, those things, you can use this one where you'll be getting a practice test, those things. I'll be rating the practice test in the next slide for each and everything. But yeah, again, you will be getting the labs. I haven't worked on I haven't practiced on Whiz Labs. Whiz Labs is really new to me. So you do your practice. If you are planning to do practice here, just give your feedback, like how the website is, how you felt, those things. Whatever I heard, people are saying the practice test is really good and really helpful. So that's why I just made it, and I found out like hands-on labs are there. So that's the reason I just brought in. So moving on to the PPT, let's see if I missed anything. Dev Essential. So I showed a Dev Essential, right? So again, in Dev Essential, you'll be getting 1 month free subscription. Same as pay as you go, you will be getting 1 month free. Later, you need to update it. So that's the thing available. So free Sandbox Azure student account is going to be free without credit card. Pay as you go, free for 1 month. Later, you need to pay for your resources. There are like other subscription like pay as you go. There's lots of subscription. Let me show you that. Why not? Um, where is the pay as you go? Pay as you go. Yeah, you can say that this is real most widely used, but many people, I heard few people saying like pay as you go is not the best method. They say they will be using MSD and subscription where for yearly they will be paying some amount. When I checked in Google, it seems to be a huge amount for me. So and student account that I showed, right? So this is a pass. What happens like if you go do this training, right? The virtual training I told in ESI, right? So they will be giving you a pass. So with that pass, you can they in that pass it will be like either $50 USD or like 100 USD. With that, you can able to use the Azure services. So no credit card is required. So those will be provided. And apart from that, we have like this one is a bit costly. Visual Studio Enterprise, these things. So for me, if I check, I have a pay-as-you-go subscription, but if I want, I can check it. It will check for my eligibility, and it's saying I can't able to get it. I'm not in a Microsoft partner network. Maybe your company is there, then that's great. Student start a developer support. So if you're a code developer and you need support, you can go with this, or like you can go with pay as you go dev test subscription. So there are lots of subscriptions that are available. You can check and you can go with it, but most people will go with pay as you go, as whatever resources they use, they can able to pay for that much amount only. So it's really useful for production stuff. I'm not going into very detail. So there will be courses from my end in YouTube and Udemy in future, I believe. So there I will be explaining all the stuff in detail. So these are the stuff available in subscription part. Then what did I miss? Uh, yeah. So pay as you go. Yeah, these things are there. Now if we move on, test preparation. So why not test? Like, see, whatever we do, labs, theory, everything, we need to do a practice test, right? We need to see how the test interfaces look like. So those things we will be covering in this topic. So test preparation, I have highlighted 5 things. The green thing I highly recommend, and the red thing I won't recommend. But people will be using red thing, the red highlighted one for lots of stuff. So let's start with measure up. So if you see measure up, so now I'm going to click practice test. So here it's asking me. Like, are you confident to check like that? So I'm doing a practice test for AZ 204. So it will be more opening measure up. This is an official Microsoft test materials. Since it's ESI, will be making use of it. So it will be loading like this. It will provide you an interface, like in the same sort of interface only will be doing that exam. So here it will be asking you what sort of uh, like how you want to take your practice test, whether it should be like certificate, where if you pass it will be showing in a certificate manner, so you can boost confidence, you can go with it, or practice mode. I usually go with the practice mode because I can able to fine tune the questions. Here if I say instead of 147 I need all the 146 question should be there. So randomized question order in the sense first time you took this test and next second time you are taking the test, at the time it will be the question will be in a different order. So that's why the randomized order is there. Let's click continue. So how you want your exam options should be whether it should show an answer. In this case, I just want to like let me ask for each and every answer is there. I'm just going to say incorrect and response. Just have it. So you can able to customize these stuff. In exam, you can able to do these things. Exam will be 70%. This is 80% to test you how you are doing. They are providing you material, so you can see 146 questions. 5 case studies will be there, and these are the instructions to follow. In exam case, this will be slightly different, but the interface will be somewhat same. So these things. Okay, let me just switch. I'm really sorry. I'm just using a team. Yeah, there we go. Here you can see, right? So this is how it looks like. Let me just switch back to my dot team. I'm usually a dot team person. So this is a case study. So they will give you a requirement. So they will give you a requirement like this. What are the services you need to do? A solution architect provide a solution for you. So now they started asking question. So the question will be like this. So either it will be like drag and drop. Here they are saying 3 action you need to perform. I'm just randomly going with that. And yeah, they see it will be like this. Code option will be there. So I'm just checking some random stuff. I'm not sure. I haven't read the question now, so it's been a long time for me. Anyway, I don't want to talk too much on this. So yeah, let's just randomly say, randomly pick certain things. Since I'm using this dark theme, maybe like you find really difficult. Yes, I will switch again, but this is just an example to show you how it looks like. In exam, you can able to change the themes. You can able to set up the themes how you want those things and all. So in practice, it will be coming in white theme. I'm not a white theme person, so that's the reason I'm just going like this. So you can just see, you can see right, each and every questions are coming in this way. Some are drag and drop, some are like code. Here it's asking me to take the code from drop and drag and drop MCQ sort of thing. Just make sure for this question it is true. So if I click next no. So if the answer are correct, it will proceed. Else it will be telling me all the correct answers. So if I or I can see show answer, and another thing is like you can see why this answer is correct. They will be explaining you and they will be giving you materials which are again pointing to the docs.microsoft.com. So official site only they will be they will be like providing you. So if you want, you can click review in the exam also. You can able to review it. Certain section you can't able to do that. So okay, it's taking each and everything since I am in 5. Okay, let's move on. Uh, uh, okay, by mistake. Okay, let's see how this questions look. True or false questions will be there. So, so these are like these things you can't have to review back because if you see here, the question remains the same. Only the solution part they are giving different solution. So one will be yes or like two will be yes or like all will be yes or all will be no. So that's the reason you can't have to review back once you select it. They will give you the instruction in the exam, so you don't need to worry. Oh my God, I need to restudy this exam. Okay, even in guess I need to do. I'm not doing properly. So yeah, this will be like this. So I'm not going to take much time. We can able to go in this test. You can able to go like this and see how we are doing. Uh, Let me just close this test so I can able to show you a report. that says how I'm performing in this test. So it will be like this. Choose will be there. Let's just go directly to 146. Same way, initially you can able to go to all the tabs. So in this case, let me just click finish test. Now it will be shouting me like, what the hell you did? You are really poor at this exam, because I just selected. You can see right 1.37 percentage. So it will be telling which areas I'm really less and how I can able to improve. If you want to know what are the questions, like you can able to see here, like these questions you didn't fail, you didn't answer. You can click and go each and everything. What are the objective types questions? So all the things they will list you, so you can able to quickly check these stuff. MCQ case studies. So for the interest of time, I'm just going really fast. So this is from ESI, or like if you are taking official tests. So in this case, if you have a ESI agreement, you will going to make benefit by it. If not, there is an option available for you. Let me show you. So if you don't have ESI subscription, no issues. In the same page, you can find this official test. So I highly recommend it prior to taking this test. It is again the same thing. Uh, so it's coming. Okay, this is also costing a little bit more. We have some discount or like something like, okay, and it will be access only, like certain duration only you can able to access it, because people misuse, right? So maybe that's the reason they are making it like that. So you can see how the question looks like, the same thing, right? So this is the official one. Go for it if you are interested. Apart from that, other practice tests. So this is official practice test. When we don't take this into account, another best practice test, like many people commented, like once they clear the test, is like go with Whiz Lab. So in Whiz Lab, this practice is really helpful for them. So this, when compared to that one, this cost really less. If you see, it is in Indian rupee. So they are providing some discount, and you can see right how much less this is. So when for fundamentals, you don't require even the test preparation, to my knowledge. Maybe it will boost your chances of clearing the exam in the first attempt. If you have good knowledge, if you feel you have good knowledge, you don't need to go for a practice test. But associate and expert level, the cost for the exam is also a little bit high. So taking a practice test really helps you. So go with measure up practice test if you have it, or you can take Lab practice test, those things. So these are like good practices. Again, this is not from Microsoft, so another provider will be providing providing it. So they will try to like relate. They will try to make sure like they are not taking the questions from the Microsoft exam. They will try to they will try to ensure to improve your exam skills. So like that they will do. So questions won't be from the site, and it won't violate. This is not violating the Microsoft policy. So go with Whiz Lab. If you are not into this thing, if you feel like, hey, I don't need this sort of practice test, I need a test, but this seems to be a little costlier. I'm looking for something bit less, and it just need to test my knowledge. So if that's the case, you can go with Udemy practice test, which I meant is yeah, the Udemy. If you see here, again, these are my favorite instructor. So you can see Scott Allen for AC 204. Allen is available for AC 400. So you can check their courses. They are providing lots of courses. Both of them are architect. This guy is architect plus the DevOps person. And in YouTube there is Scott, so you can check those. Anyway, let's go to the topic here. If you see, these are the learning materials. If you scroll a little bit down, he is providing practice tests. In here itself, they will be providing some practice tests. He is providing separate practice tests as well as an additional thing. So you can take their courses and do the practice test, or whatever courses that have practice tests, you can go and give a try. Make sure it's an updated one for the practice test, and you can, it will just test your knowledge on whether you are confident in that area or not. So that's how this lab practice test will be. And this is more of the concept based learning. What are they taught, are you able to grasp those concepts? So those things, this practice test will be. Last but not least, many people, most of the people will go for this one. um, So this is like exam dump. So what this is like, as per Microsoft, it's wrong to like reproduce that exam copy, like taking a screenshot of the exam and just sharing in the forum. It's completely wrong, and it's violating the exam ethics, right? So some people will, what they will do, no, they will take the exam and they will upload here. So the one thing I like in the site is like many people will be taking the exam, so they'll be sharing you their experience. So the experience part, yeah, you can check this site, but more than that, I don't recommend going with this. That's the first reason. Another reason is like most of the options like they provided in the test are wrong, and the people will be arguing this is correct answer, this is wrong answer. So you need to see the discussion. So that's the thing. So here they are saying most of the questions are here. So yeah, it's actually taking from this side, taking their actual questions. So it is completely wrong, but most of the people make use of it. It for short span to get certificate is fine, but long term it is not helpful. So because you know the questions you'll be preparing are like mugging up those questions only. They are saying like it updated as of June 4th. So I'm not going to show you the questions. Okay, so these are the exam questions. If you see here, I'm not discussions. They are saying this is correct. Here, in this case, they are sure with their answer. Sometimes there will be an argument like the this is not the correct answer. So you can see that don't get the answer here. So this is like that they are saying, right? So since I haven't read the question, I'm not going to comment on these things. And there's a limitation also here. Out of we are in the first page and totally 46 pages, and there are like 237 questions. If you are in the off page, let's say like if you are in the page 21, you can't able to access it. It will tell you to buy this package. You see, temporarily restricted, so you need to have the contributor access. So for that you need to pay this much dollar. Again, it's a violation, and if some people will buy this dumb and they will ask you to, they will share it and they will ask you a little bit less money. So like that people will be going on. So they won't update, and we are not sure whether this dump is updated or not. If updated, also whether the answer is correct or not. Everything is a question mark, and once and for all it is against the violations of Microsoft. So don't go with the dumps. And if you are in any site or anyone telling you like they have the updated dumps as per ethical, don't go buy the dumps. And the dumps, even though if you buy it, the answer you need to do some research for each and every answer. Sometimes you are not sure what's the correct answer is, and you need to like you'll be going in the last minute with guesses and all. So don't go for it. So let's move on to the slide so I can show you like what anything we left or not. Where is the slide? So measure up Udemy, Whiz Lab, Pluralsight test. Again, in the Pluralsight, after a learning material, there will be like the test will be there. That to test your knowledge. So I can say like Udemy test, Pluralsight test, just test your knowledge. This Whiz Lab test is highly customized test. So many people take this test and they said, right, like it really helped them in clearing the exam. So that's why since I didn't made use of it, I'm not 100% sure. You can comment it whether it's really useful or not. So, but measure up, I personally make great use of measure up. I used to take I used to take 3 to 4 attempts in measure up, even though the question remains the same. So later on, I can able to clear the exam. So that's the thing. Dumps, please don't take it. So that's for the dumps, and it's not updated one. You need to research the answer. So moving on, prior to exam. So I believe like you did a good preparation. You did some labs if you are an associate or expert level. You did some test if you are an associate or expert level. If you are in fundamentals, you feel like you need to improve your confidence more. You are taking the test. Let's say like that. Now prior to exam, do the software testing. So once you schedule the exam in, if you are taking in your computer, you need to install a software. So you need, now itself you install a software, test whether your computer is compatible to the software. If yes, then that's great. Don't use your work computer or the other computers where it won't allow you to install a software, because this software should be installed, and what it will do is like it will close or like hide all the applications, and it will just project this that application only for a span of time. It will control your microphone, camera, those things. So make sure a decent system is fine. You don't need to have high config system and all for to run the software. This simple software only. And prior to the exam, let's say like you are taking exam at 12:45, make sure to log into the exam at 12 itself. So they will be asking your government ID. Followed by that, they will be asking you to give a room tour if you are planning to take the exam in your computer. You need to keep your desk clean. If you're having multiple monitors, unplug it. So you need to do those stuff. And after they will be giving access to write the exam. So that's what I mentioned, like keep desk clean. And I may have missed other good practices. So while taking like once you are scheduled the exam, they will be giving you all the things like what you need to follow those things. So follow all the best practices mentioned there. I try to highlight the essential thing. Last but not least, and very important, if you feel like you are not confident enough to take the exam, feel free to reschedule it. You can reschedule multiple times, so feel free to reschedule the exam. If you feel like you don't require the exam, cancel it, but don't do a no-show for those exam. If you didn't attend that exam on the mentioned time, what happens like in upcoming, if you are taking an exam, you will be they will be asking you a fine for that. So just like I showed in the ESI site, right, where if you are not taking the course, you can't be able to avail for the next course. No, the same way you can't be able to, you will find you need to pay some charge for that upcoming exam, so additional charge. And once that second exam, if you took it on time, they will be repaying you the charge after 5 or 6 days. So they are doing those stuff. If you're asking, hey, I have a computer, but I still don't feel like I want to install some software. I am ready to go to some place and take that exam. Well, there is that option also available. If you see in the docs file scheduling, I showed another option, right? So with that, you will be choosing your city, a nearby city, and in that city they will be pointing out to a center where you need to go to the center. You need to deposit your phone, all your belongings. They will be giving you a single computer, and you need to do the test. So there won't be a like person near next to you. So you need to do test in that way. When it comes to home, you will be keeping all your mobile phones, everything out of your hand reach, and they will be keep on monitoring you. So that's how the exam is. But don't worry, I showed you the ESI exam part. So the exam will be somewhat similar to this interface. So you don't need to worry about that. And last but not least, if you have been this much time, I really thank you for your patience, and I hope this video really helped for you. So if you have already completed the exam and if you want to renew your exam, when it comes to associate or like expert level, the exam will be valid only for 1 year. Later you need to renew it. If you are wondering what is the renewal process, again the video is there in the description. Make sure to check it out. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. See you in upcoming videos.